So Scott, could you expound on how interviews and demonstrations play a role in all of this?
Yeah, let me go a little bit further with that.
Okay.
So assessors will interview employees to be sure that what you've written as a policy is understood and implemented. That's the point of it. Mm-hmm. So it's not to catch people being nervous, because they will be. It's not to, ensure that people have memorized the book. Mm-hmm. It's not supposed to be memorized per se. Yeah. But you need to have familiarity with what you're supposed to do as an employee properly in certain, situations or with certain systems and that type of thing. So your staff members will be asked to explain, to demonstrate, and making sure that real world aspect of it carries on through everyone who might be involved. So if, let's say, there's they want to know how you handle it if there were a data breach, let's say. So now we're in this area. Rick could tell us the number. I'm sure he could tell us the control number on this. But let's say that they want to determine how you're going to handle a breach, how you're going to handle a security incident. What are the steps you're going to follow? Who do you notify? Where do you document this? How do you isolate a system that might be affected so that it doesn't affect other systems? And how do you protect the data that needs to be protected to report within the 72 hours that DFARS requires us to report? How do you do that? And then show me. Another example would be the access control. I mentioned that earlier. So they may ask an IT administrator, how do you configure access for a new employee? Or how do you ensure that if an employee is transferred to a different part of the company with different responsibilities, that the proper access control changes are made in that? What do you do if an employee is terminated or leaves the company? How do you ensure that those user accounts are locked down immediately? So an old adage in the ISO world that you can anticipate what an auditor will ask for is 2 words: how and show me. I guess that's 3 words. But how do you fill in the blank, right? How do you train your employees? How do you configure your firewall? How do you set up new users? So they're going to let you talk and explain what your policy is. Then they're going to immediately follow up with, now show me examples. Show me how it works. So you can take any requirement, any of the assessment objectives, put the word how in front of it. How do we do this? And then secondly, what are we going to show? And if you can clearly be ready for that, not only you, but all your employees, for the areas of their responsibility, then you're well prepared to demonstrate and work your way through that audit. But it's not for the faint of heart, and it's not for those who wait for the last minute. It's not for those who wait for the last minute.
Yeah. So just to reiterate, it's not just about having the policies in place, but being able to demonstrate the practical application in a real world setting, right?
Yeah, exactly right. The documentation is a piece of it, but they want to see that policy actually you've taken action with it, right? And it's effectively implemented.
Thank you for watching this video to the end. This is part of a longer series on DFARS, NIST, and CMMC compliance produced by Core Business Solutions. Please subscribe to this channel, like this video with a thumbs up, and click the bell to get notified when we drop a new video. Also, we'd appreciate it if you would share this video with your colleagues who need to stay up to speed on DFARS, NIST, and CMMC. Thank you, and we'll see you again in the next video.